What's up, Jets fans? From north, south, east, and west. What is up, New York Jets fans? I am your late night New York Jets host, Midnight Mike. This is the Midnight Mike Show coming to you Saturday, live, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are here on the Long Island Sound. It is getting warmer. Spring is in the air. And tonight, the Easter Bunny, Peter Cottontail, whatever you call him, comes hopping down the bunny trail. And hopefully he'll be leaving a basket of Easter goodies for all of you. And the Jets chant. Jets, Jets, Jets. There we go, there we go. All right, we have a great show for all of you guys tonight. I'm a little off, as you can see. Let me just tell you a little bit about what's going on now. Wow, I am off tonight, but there is a reason. All right, just before St. Patrick's Day, my family always hosts St. Patrick's Day. We have our in-laws over. Usually, my brother-in-law will come over if he's in from California, and literally, I'd say the day before or 2 days before, my mother-in-law fell down a ledge off a cliff, broke her hip or her pelvis, either way, needed a new hip, broke her rib, and it punctured a lung. Okay, so that put a big kibosh on St. Patrick's Day. Now on to Easter. My brother-in-law did a surprise visit in from California, but he didn't even realize he was surprising for Easter. So his return flight, which my father-in-law has to bring him up to in Hartford, I believe, Bradley, I don't know where he's going in or out of, is 3:00 on Easter. So it kind of kiboshes that. So we decided tonight that we were going to have an Easter dinner on Easter Eve with the family. And we get over there, we start eating dinner, and my wife, my poor wife, gets ridiculously sick. Had to go upstairs, we had to get in the car, she's like, we just gotta go. We came home, feeling absolutely miserable. So leading up to this show, believe me, I didn't know if it was going to happen, if it wasn't going to happen, but it's happening. Okay, it's happening. Now, there may be a point in the show, maybe, where I have to turn it over to Maddie for a little while and see if she needs me for something. God forbid that it's something that needs an emergency room visit. We would just have to cut the stream short. Okay, so there's the housekeeping for the show. I really hope all of you guys go hit that thumbs up button, because God forbid, nothing hurts me more than having to leave my Jets friends and family that are watching here on YouTube, on Facebook, on X, Twitter, whatever. So please hit those thumbs up. Last Saturday when we had Ian on, we broke our live stream thumbs up. And it was 57 or something. It beat our previous record by a couple. Can we do that tonight? You may say, oh, well, Ian might have had something to do with it. Hell yeah, Ian might have had something to do with it. Well, guess what? Ian returns to the show tonight. Ian is coming on because on the last show, when I did this, I just wanted to talk. I wanted to get to know Ian from Jets Central, one of the biggest Jets content creators out there, and he's outstanding at what he does. And I just wanted to get to know him, and I lost track of the comments. Well, I'm going to rectify that tonight, folks, because Maddie couldn't be here last week to talk to Ian, and he's the one who originally reached out to him. I'm gonna let Maddie get to know Ian. I'll interject. It's me. I can't keep my mouth shut. But I'm also going to be going down into the comments section. And if you guys have a question for Ian, please don't put it in yet. Wait till he gets on, because I am going to hit a few comments before he pops on. And when he gets on here, start throwing in questions. If you hit a super chat, you're going to get even more. You'll get jumped to the front of the line. I'll make sure I read your comment. How about that? A small $2 super chat is enough for a question, I believe. But we're going to talk about that, and also Hassan Reddick to the New York Jets. He lands in New Jersey to sign with the New York Jets, replacing Bryce Huff. You could contend that he's better than Huff. You could contend that Huff is better than Reddick. It's a great replacement for Huff, especially when it only cost us like a conditional fourth, fifth, sixth. I don't even remember. This weekend it's been crazy. In 2026. That's a steal, folks. That is a steal. Joe Douglas is doing amazing this offseason, and I am so happy about that. I'm so happy to have you guys here with me. I'm about to bring in Maddie. We're going to get to your comments. We're going to talk to Ian from Jet Central. We're going to do Midnight Mike Show Theater. If you didn't watch this week's Midnight Mike Show Theater, it is the alternative history of the Buffalo Bills, where the NFL Films actually made a film as if the Bills, it's short, it's like 10 minutes, as if the Bills won those 4 Super Bowls. And we're going to talk about it tonight. That's later in the show. That's going to be probably past the 10 o'clock hour. All right, let's bring in my co-host. He's back for his first Saturday show in 2 weeks. Maddie, how you doing tonight?
What is up, brother? How are you?
I'm doing good. Happy Easter to you and your family.
Happy Easter to you, man. I hope Mrs. Mike starts feeling better. That's rough, dude.
It was out of nowhere.
Oh, that's...
Now we think she made a lamb cake, so it's in the shape of like a lamb, and then you decorate it and all this other stuff. And she said that she threw in an egg that she thought might be like dicey.
A little questionable egg. That sucks.
And we don't know what it is. But before the show started, I took care of her. I put the girls to bed, and I had about 15 minutes, a half hour to do everything I usually do before a show, which isn't just preparing for a show, but it's making sure I take a piss, making sure I get my beer, making sure I get my water.
Yeah, a lot of work goes into it.
Yeah, exactly. And I did peek up from our kitchen. You can see our bedroom. And I looked out the window of the kitchen and looked up, and it looked like the lights were off. So that was a good sign.
Hopefully she gets a little rest.
Hopefully. Dude, I felt so bad for
her. I always feel the same way. I'm like, I would so rather it be me that's absolutely miserable and you just live your life.
I would say that, but my wife says that like if she's reacting to something that way, if I have it, it's going to be twice the reaction.
Oh, like, I say that about when we get
it seems to be a thing that the husbands are the ones who overreact the most when it comes to being sick.
Well, Sasha wanted to come in and show off an Easter egg that she made for the show.
Oh, sweet. Fast. Let's see it. Put it right up to the camera there, Sasha. Tell her to put it right up to the camera. I see green. New York. I see New York. NYJ.
There's my girl.
That's awesome. Thank you, Sasha.
Thank you.
Jets.
So, I actually spent all of the training that I was at work doing today trying to come up with stuff to talk about and ask Ian today. So, I did my homework very well. I absolutely didn't do anything productive at work today. I didn't have a notepad.
That's awesome. That's how you're supposed to take in work. I also want to point out, by the way, that I've been promising to get Midnight Mike Show stickers for those of you who can guess the game on Saturday nights that's playing behind me. And I know I owe Tim a sticker. Of course, Maddie's getting some stickers. Of course, Metz is going to end up getting some stickers. Of course, there's some people who are going to be getting some stickers regardless. But guess what? They came in. So if you get these now, or if you're such a big fan of the show that I'm going to send you them anyway, the first few people are going to get these.
Ooh, sassy.
And then everyone who I send stickers out.
Those are sweet. Those are the hotness. I think my buddy Joe's watching. I want to say hi to him real quick.
Well, I'm going to send you a few. I don't know if Sasha wants one. If there's water bottles or computers in the house. Yeah, I'll send a few over to you. A few of these ones.
Nice, love them.
But yeah, I got them in. And the
cool while we're on topic, sorry to interrupt. If you can guess the movie that's on behind me, you win absolutely nothing. But feel free to try. I think
is that to me or is that to everyone?
Anybody. But I just thought I was like rather than leave on some random game.
I feel like it's hard to see at an angle.
That's the idea.
But okay, fair enough. Yeah,
I also don't want to get us flagged for a copyright.
Oh, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to point out that we are going to get to your comments and questions and all that here. Wow, look at you guys already. I really appreciate that. That is so friggin' awesome. And look, there are people who are members of the channel. And starting this week or next week, I am going to start putting out members-only videos or members-only live streams. They're not going to be 2-hour live streams. It will once again be like the other night, I watched that amazing comeback from the New York Yankees against Houston, and I would have come on, and just done, let's say, 20 minutes, and that would have been members only. But if you want to call in, folks, obviously I put it in the thing. Ian is coming on around 9:15. We'll talk to him. I'm not going to bring anybody else in while he's there, but later on, it looks like this, folks. There it is. You call in, you hit that link, and you put in all your information. By the way, you like the holiday celebration backgrounds and everything?
I really do. I like it. I saw that, and I was like, he's so festive.
I am, man. I try to be. And I didn't do live. I think I started live streams after Christmas. But if you look at all my reaction videos and everything, like all my regular videos that weren't live, throughout the whole holiday season, I'm wearing like my Jets Santa hat and stuff like that. So I try. One of those. Yeah, I try to keep everything festive. We did that show 2 weeks ago with the St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, Shamrocks and shenanigans.
Yeah, now we bring in this stuff. All right, let's see some of these. Let's see who's here with us. John Santos is here. Bud, watch your spelling in the titles. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Ian. Oh, it says Ian Rearns in the title. So the picture that I put up says Ian Returns. But if you actually look at the title to this video, it's Ian Rearns. Hey, that's his last name. Okay. So I'm not.
In fairness, you were a bit rushed tonight. It's a little off, but
I was very rushed tonight. I feel like once again, if my wife for some reason has this on, honey, drink a lot of water and go to sleep. I feel terrible with how sick you are. That's horrible.
Love your
hey guys, Lisa. Oh, by the way, Lisa is a channel member. Oh, here we go. Like I said, I like Maddie. I like dealing with professionals. This guy is always the consummate professional. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Jet Central. Here he is. Ian, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
How's it going
on, buddy?
I'm good. Hey, is the fan too distracting in the background? It's like kind of giving a little glare. I'll try to crop it out here. But what's going on?
Nothing, man. I'm so happy that last week when Maddie couldn't be here and you were like, I don't want to invite myself, but I'll come on again. No problem. That's really awesome. And this is my co-host, Maddie. So Maddie, Ian, Maddie.
I was the one who handled you on Twitter.
Yeah, I remember. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Big week this week. Stuff went down. I'm not going to keep you too long bugging you with my questions. I really do want to let the comments get to you. But after this week, first things first, by the way, I watched a couple of your videos. I have to say, whenever I see a headline on Twitter, I'm always like, car video incoming. I'm like, all right, I'll check YouTube in about 15 minutes. What are your thoughts on the draft right now after everything that's gone down this week?
Yeah, dude. I mean, honestly, it's gonna sound a little boring, a little cliche, but I really don't think it changes all that much. If I'm still, if I'm Joe Douglas, I'm looking at the Jets roster. I still feel like we can use a little bit of help on the offensive line.
Agreed.
Like if Fashanu's there, I'm inclined to take him, right? If Fuwag is there, I would consider it because at the end of the day, the starting lineup looks great, but it's unfortunately not Madden. We can't flip injuries off. Tyron Smith gets hurt every year. Mike Williams gets hurt every year. He's coming back from an ACL. So I would be pumped up if we went with wide receiver, Bowers, right? There's so many different directions that the Jets can go in. And to be honest, I think whatever happens, probably unless we're drafting another defensive end, we will be a better football team 24 hours after the draft.
I agree. I say go with the O-line. All I know is if they draft a quarterback, I'm just going to shoot myself.
See, I'm honestly not opposed.
Later.
Like
later in the draft,
I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
but that first rounder, I want an OL.
So let me ask you: if Drake May falls and he's on the board at 10, you're saying no?
Oh, man,
dude, that's tough.
God, why do you give me your toughest battles, Ian? Well, probably not. I mean, you probably say yes on that one. But
yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I'm not saying we got to go draft a QB, but I think it's one of those situations where if I'm Douglas, I'm not going to rule anything out. I'm not going to go into the draft with like premature blinders on for some unwritten rule. You know what I mean?
That's the beauty of all the signings and everything that's gone on in this offseason for the team is we have that option where we don't have to commit to anything. Just let the chips fall where they may. Look at what the best option is for the team at 10 and go with it. But
yeah, I like what Ian said at the beginning when he said it doesn't really change anything, and that kind of goes with who you want, what you want as a fan anyway. So for me, it doesn't change anything in the fact yet that I want an offensive lineman. If they're going to trade up to get a wide receiver, I'm okay with that. But if we're sitting at 10, I'm still offensive lineman, and I wouldn't change that yet.
Yeah, I think, like I said, dude, like I think you can. I mean, honestly, like if the Jets walk away with Odunze, Brian Thomas, even from LSU, if they trade up for Neighbors or somebody falls, Harrison, Fashanu, Bowers, like I'm going to be pretty pumped as a Jet fan. I feel pretty confident in a lot of these different guys. Again, the only position is like defensive end now because we're just so stacked at the position, but that's just kind of, unrealistic, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. Thoughts on Corey Davis?
See, I'm kind of under the impression of so first off, like he obviously retired a year ago, and reason wasn't really talked about, right? It was just he literally retires, right? It's not he steps away, he's holding out, he's mad at the Jets, he doesn't want to play football. It was no, I'm done. And now he decides to come back. Personally, I think it's for me at least. I'm not going to try to dive into like hypothetical, like what happened. Did he hate the Jets or, why doesn't he want to play with New York any longer? I don't really, want to go down that rabbit hole. I'm okay throwing my hands up and saying, hey, if he wants to play elsewhere, he wants to play elsewhere. I don't know why he retired. I don't know if, again, I don't want to sit here and speculate, but at the end of the day, Corey would be an upgrade on this Jets squad. At the same time, though, I mean, this is a receiver that had some drop problems, had some injuries, never eclipsed 40 catches. Go ahead.
Oh, no.
I thought I heard something in the back.
No, that's Maddie's dog. That's Maddie's dog every now and then.
I'm sorry.
Let me ask you this. If Corey Davis, would you rather have, let's say, a Brownlee or a Gibson out there, or would you rather have Corey Davis?
I guess I'll frame it like this. I would rather have Brownlee or Gibson if Davis's price tag was $10 million, which he was scheduled to make. But if Davis wants to come back on a cheaper contract,
yes.
But
I was saying the same thing back when everybody was doing that bullshit Jamal Adams thing. I was like, I don't want Jamal Adams back, but if he's willing to come back at league vet minimum and only make more than that, if it's based on incentives, then okay.
Yeah, right. So, but then you can kind of push back and say, well, if that was the case, and Davis came out of retirement and said, I want to be a Jet, he would much rather stick with that $10 million, as opposed to the Jets granting him, the release and everything like that.
Yeah, I just want to say, Ian, you are getting some love in the comments here. New York Jets super fan, and this one over here, Crazy Fridge, you're the GOAT. Don't worry, Maddie, we're getting love too, but our guest needs to know he is appreciated.
Oh, absolutely. Like I'm a fanboy for Ian. Shit, I'm just trying to like keep it in.
No,
Dude, I really do. I really enjoy your channel, though. I just want to say that. And thank you again for coming on. I kind of get the vibe that Corey Davis doesn't want to be a Jet.
Same here.
The things I read, it's nothing like that. He said it or anything. I just get this vibe that he just wants out. So okay. I mean, honestly, I think the Jets need to build a culture of if you don't want to be here, you don't got to be here.
Yeah,
you know, that's how we get rid of the Jets tax. And
right,
it's not full hand Luke, but the actor's right.
I would agree. You know, I think you're setting yourself up for failure if your players on the roster don't want to be there, because then you have questions of buy-in. You know, are these guys really going to be giving it 100% effort? You know, if there's a slight injury, maybe it could be over exaggerated. You know, I'm too banged up to play. Kind of reminds me a little bit of what we saw in Jacksonville with Jalen Ramsey, like just the back injury that like nobody had any sort of
back injury.
Yeah, it was just I'm he was cleared, but it's not feeling good. Not feeling good. And then he gets traded to the Rams and he's magically better.
All right, real quick, I need to ask Hassan Reddick. I've heard people saying, hey, they replaced Bryce Huff with Bryce Huff. He's just a little older. I actually did watch your video earlier, but let everybody know what your thoughts are. How much does it mean that we got Reddick? Because I personally think I was thrilled. I was driving in the car with my family yesterday, and we're going through, and then they said I heard something Reddick and the New York Jets. I'm like, I looked at my wife. I was like, did they just say Reddick's on the Jet, got moved to the Jets? And she's like, I don't know. She was like, I wasn't listening to sports radio. And as soon as I got to my location, I pulled my phone out and I was thrilled.
Yeah, dude, 100%. I mean, there's definitely, like some pushback that I've heard. You can say, well, why didn't we just keep Bryce Huff? He signed a cheaper contract. He's younger. He's homegrown, already with the squad, knows the coaching staff, all these different things. And also like the argument of the whole Will McDonald situation from last year. What does it mean for him moving forward? But I think at the end of the day, 24, 48 hours ago, the Jets were looking for another pass rusher, and Bryce Huff was signed on the Eagles. Now we're looking at the situation, and we have Reddick. So we can take all the storylines. We're trading for the guy that's getting replaced by the New York Jet in Philly. Like, you can take all that stuff. I get it. It's ironic. It's weird. Definitely strange. But like at the end of the day, and I kind of sound like a broken record, but I think it's relevant to ask, are the Jets a better football team with Hassan Reddick than without him? This wasn't Reddick traded for Huff. This was Huff was gone, bring him back. And now we have an opportunity to go at that pass rusher. Clowney's gone. I think Reddick is better than Clowney. I think he's more consistent. And dude, the 2026 second round or third round pick is insane value. I freaking love the trade.
I agree completely. That was when I was shocked when that came out, and I found out. Oh, well, it's like what was it? Fourth, fifth, sixth? It's a conditional sixth.
I think it's a sixth
for Reddick.
Yeah.
So it's a conditional third round pick in 2026 that jumps to
okay.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah, and it's 2026 is where I got the 6.
Right.
Yeah, I was blown away because, like I said to you last week when we were talking, Joe Douglas is just trying to sign everybody, and so getting rid of Huff, I mean, that opens up a lot of cap space, and or not re-signing, it opens up a lot. And he's going out there and he's getting all these guys on a lot of 1-year deals. But I think those 1-year deals, it's because he wants everybody here right now. He wants to win right now. And I think he's proven to Jets fans that he's not, like Sleepy Joe. He's going out there and he's doing what he needs to do. And now it's on Robert Saleh, period.
I think he watches our show because you've said many times we need to go all in right now. And he's listening.
I'm not the only one who said that. I think everybody.
Just you're the only one. I haven't heard anybody else say that.
Yeah, well, It is what it is, Matty. You know,
I agree. 100% agree.
Even though I've heard it from everybody else, we all need to keep pushing it because we pushed it, we pushed it, and we pushed it. Not we. Every Jets fan on Twitter, every Jets fan watching right now, please hit the thumbs up if you're watching. It really helps out in the algorithms. But it's everyone watching. It's guys like Ian, it's guys like Matt and Jake Asman and all these guys, Green Bean, who go out there and just, come on, Joe Douglas, do this for us. We don't. I'm getting to the point where I never thought it before, but now in my 40s, I'm like, am I going to actually live to see a Jets Super Bowl? And I don't want that. I don't want to be. I had this documentary called The Curse of the Bambino. It was on HBO, and because I'm a Yankee fan, and it was literally made the year before the Red Sox won the World Series. So we're talking, the people in these videos were the most miserable Red Sox fans you've ever seen. And there was like old couples in their 80s sitting next to each other, and like the woman's crying, and she's like, I just want to see the Red Sox win. That's going to be us. Okay. Yeah. Something doesn't happen soon. So that's all I'm saying.
Hey, but Boston started up a dynasty after, so.
Oh, wouldn't we be so lucky? I don't even want. I can't even be greedy, because you know what happens with dynasties? Everybody starts hating you. Everyone hated the Patriots. Everybody hated the Cowboys. Everybody hates the Chiefs now.
Jets fan in Denver. Everybody hates me and the Jets anyway.
Well, that's tough. Writer and Talon PA says nothing's better than watching Ian with breaking news. His excitement is ridiculous. He's definitely the best, and as always, go Jets.
Dude, thanks a lot, man. That means a lot.
He even got your sign off. As always.
Yeah. Dude, that's sick, man. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you.
Monique says, hey, Ian, I would love OBJ as wide receiver 3, but I notice he's holding out or making a market for himself. He doesn't have a market. Sorry, Monique. Who do you think he will ultimately go to? That's to you, Ian.
So I think the latest rumor is Miami. Supposedly the Dolphins have a contract offer out on the table, so we'll see what happens there. I think I was also reading like a small rumor. I don't know if this is like confirmed or anything like that. I'm not really sure where this is coming from, but I saw potentially New Orleans, maybe. But I still feel like the Jets are involved. But what's interesting is Tyler Boyd's still out there. You know, so if you're interested in a wide receiver 3, there's 2 potential options that, in my opinion, would come in and be upgrades. So.
And Monique's a regular listener of this show, and she should know, as Ian learned last week, that I have complete faith in Allen Lazard next year. So,
oh my God!
I would rather have Allen Lazard than Odell Beckham Jr. I just like I'll stand on that hill.
I just hope you're right, so you don't kill yourself if you're wrong.
I'm gonna be wrong.
So in on this.
I'm okay. I'm
like, if this blows up in his face, it's just gonna be bad.
What's up, Fridge?
Yeah, man, he seems to be a big fan of yours. Marvin Harrison Jr. on the Jets would feed families. Yeah, I'll be honest. Now, there was some rumor out there a couple weeks ago, and I actually never checked into it, that he was just not going to do pro day or whatever. Like, he had like an attitude. Did you guys hear anything about that?
I didn't hear anything about that from him. I heard about Caleb, but
yeah. Well, go ahead, Ian.
Go ahead.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I did see that. I think kind of like the negative spin is, he doesn't want to do it. He's lazy, whatever, attitude problem. But I think the positive, or like the other angle, is you can say like maybe he has a guarantee. Maybe Arizona literally said to him, "You are not getting past 4, so we are fine with your tape. We will draft you if you're there."
Oh, okay. Yeah. And then he doesn't even have to. He knows where he's going. Let's get through some of these comments, guys. Ian's only going to be on for a couple more minutes, so I just want to say, if you guys have questions, get them in now. Corey Davis can always step away again. That's true. I was actually shocked last year when he did it, and I feel like now, by this point, we're not owed an explanation, but it'd be nice to get, like, was someone in his family going through a hard time? Was he going through a hard time? Like, or did he just want time off? Because that really does help one judge if, kind of, if you want to put your eggs in his basket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. And like another thing too, is the whole thing about him maybe wanting to play closer to home, like in Nashville, or I think it's in Tennessee somewhere. I think, if he was just truly like, screw the Jets, F them, I think we'd probably see reports about him going out to Vegas or San Francisco or, the West Coast teams, but it really doesn't seem like Davis has like a market at all.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. And look, we may end up with him, and that's fine. What did you actually, before I read this next question, I believe this happened between last week when you were on and today. What did you think about the idea of Woody Johnson flip-flopping on what he said in February and the fact that Zach may be QB3? I mean, that makes the vomit rise up in my throat. I have to swallow it back down. But what do you think?
Man, I mean, I feel like whenever Woody kind of speaks, it's always something, right? It's always catching headlines. It's always going to be some sort of news article. It's kind of just one thing after another. The one thing I don't like, though, is like when ownership just kind of steps in and just announces what the team is going to do. Maybe he's wrong, or maybe he's jumping the gun, maybe not, who knows? Maybe nothing was even talked about with him and Joe Douglas, but for him to just go out there and just say, oh, well, if we're not going to trade him, we're going to keep him. It's just like, that to me just feels unnecessary to say. Yeah. Even if that's a plan, just don't even say it, right? Because then you're creating a distraction.
Well, I have.
Yeah, and you have.
Oh, sorry, Mike.
No, I was just going to say you have a general manager for that reason. So I don't know if I heard, Evan on the Fan or Jake. I don't know who I heard say it, but they said just defer to Joe Douglas when you're asked a question like that as Woody Johnson. Just go talk to Joe D. About that. It's that simple. But go ahead, Maddie.
Agreed. And I kind of was wondering, we saw was there a big heated conversation between Woody and Robert Saleh? Did you see those rumors floating around?
I heard that was squashed quick because I think Woody came out. Woody came out said it wasn't true, and then the girl from football NFL Morning, what's her name, Ian?
I don't know her name. Colleen something from the NFL.
Yeah, she came out and actually kind of said, this is what I heard. It doesn't mean anything. And, everyone in the Jets camp, I think, kind of denied it.
It could
Brian,
be fallacy.
Oh, go ahead.
I just think it might have. When I first saw it, my first thought was maybe the coach in the gym were like, Woody, will you shut up and let us
do
it? You know what I mean? We love you. You sign our checks. Stop. You're not helping.
All right, here we go. A few more questions, and I'm going to let Ian go. Brian says, trade up for a third pick overall and give up the 10th. And a third and fourth round pick this year. Okay, that's a lot. Yes or no?
Yeah, I would definitely do that if that's the case. I think it's going to take a lot more, though. I think at least another first next year would have to be required, but I would for sure do that.
And people watching, please hit those thumbs up. Don't let me down. Last time Ian was on, we broke my live stream thumbs up record. Let's do it again tonight. Yeah, hit those thumbs up. So Saleh is in the hot seat. Lisa, yeah, he's been in the hot seat the whole time. That's not changing. Dolphins fans are concerned. I don't know what that means about what? What are they concerned about? The Jets? Yeah, they should be. Nick says, finally made a stream. Love to see you guys together. And Reddick signing is huge, in my opinion. 2026 for a third in 2026. Insane. Absolutely. Like I said before, if you were watching, I can't believe that was the case. Monique, they're talking back and forth. I got to get better glasses. Now I agree with Mike. About what? I've said so many things. Are you jumping on the Al Lazard train? I prefer Neighbors over Marvin Harrison Jr. What do you think, Ian?
I love them both. I think for me, they're both. So I think Harrison is kind of 1A, Neighbors is 1B. I think they're both going to be number ones, at the NFL level. Because both of those guys, in my opinion, have the potential to just line up on the outside and just dominate corners. Just we don't need to scheme you open. We don't need to really tailor the offense to you. You can just win because you're so damn good, pretty much. So, compared to some of the other guys in this class where they might have a higher floor, like Odunze, but they might need to be like a gear within the offense as opposed to just being this separate entity like Neighbors and Harrison that could just dominate whoever's throwing them the football, whatever team they land. They're certified.
Another thing is that I would like to get one of these wide receivers. Look, once again, if we're at 10, do the O-line thing. But if we trade up and get a wide receiver, I mean, look, that is that or is that not saying to Aaron Rodgers, like, dude, we have faith in you and we want to do everything we can to help you out, because not only is Garrett Wilson there, but we bring in Mike Williams, and now we're trading up to get you a wide receiver, which Green Bay like never did for him. And I think that's a huge thing for Aaron.
Sends a message.
Yeah. New York Jets Supervan says, Ian, do you see the Jets signing anyone else? I think we need a better safety, running back 2, a guard, and a wide receiver.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. I would address all of those positions. Maybe not like this week or anything like that, but just throughout the course of the summer. But I would also throw tackle in there too, because, if Tyron Smith goes down, what's the plan there?
Oh, well, yes, that's my problem. That's why I'm still sticking with offensive line. Like if they would have already signed, if Bakhtiari can pass a physical, they put him on the squad as depth. They put McGovern on as depth. Bring a few other depth guys in. I'm okay. At that point, yeah, bring in a wide receiver, bring in Bowers. But I mean, it would be really nice to get a good, strong, rookie tackle in there for not only for the future, but also to help out with depth and maybe compete for a starting position.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said, man, like Tyron Smith gets hurt every year. What happens if he goes down week 5? We're rolling out Max Mitchell, Carter Warren, that combination. Like, personally, I want to see like a sure thing out there. Not saying the first round pick is a sure thing, but I really like some of these prospects.
Ian, you like Bowers at 10. I'm president of the Bowers Boys Club. Real quick before he answers, I love our current tight end room, but go ahead, Ian.
Yeah, I think we would be a better football team with Bowers. I think he would give Rodgers like a big threat over the middle of the field, but I don't really consider it like the biggest need. And you see tight ends come into the league in those second to third rounds have success. The Kelseys, the Kittles, the Laportas. You don't have to be like considered this top 10 Hawkinson type of prospect to like have an impact. So granted, the Jets don't have a second round pick, but if they want to target third tight end and maybe round 3, I'm cool with it, right? But if they want to go with Bowers, I'm fine with that as well. I think me personally, though, I would go with O-line or wide receiver.
Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be the last one for Ian. We're going to let him go, and it's only because it's Monique, and she has been so loyal over the past couple weeks since she's come on. She's always here with us Tuesday nights, 10 p.m., Friday nights, 9 p.m. I think a drafted tackle and guard should be first preference, because the new rules have made the NFL offensive, not so much defensive. What's your take?
Yeah, so the rules are definitely they're definitely in favor of the offense. I hate it. I love defense football.
That is so dumb.
It just kind of seems like every year the defenses are just getting like handcuffed. Like, whether it's the pass interferences, you can't hit the quarterback. Like, if you watch, like, I see the TV going in the back. Mm-hmm. If you watch that game, right, the defensive play, the hits, like the quarterback's taking shots.
Flag in the NFL.
Yep, that's kind of what it is now, and it sucks, man. Like, I really feel like defenses kind of don't have that fear factor that they used to because of the rules. There's just so many different restrictions, and I get it for safety reasons too, but at the same time, it's like I do feel like there's like that whole intimidation part of the defense. Part of the game really for defense is just out the window. So like quarterbacks are just like, they feel invincible. Oh, they can't hit me late.
Well, where can you even hit them at this point? The only thing you used to be able to do last season was grab them and pull them down. But now you can't do that. You can't hit them in the knees. You can't hit them in the head. You can't hit them in the shoulders. And now they've taken away wrapping your arms around their waist and dropping them that way. I mean, a quarterback can't get hit anymore.
Yeah, it's like, dude, if you're a defensive end and you beat a tackle clean and you are right there at the quarterback breathing out his neck, you don't want that defensive end. Like, the message I feel like that this is sending is just like, okay, you're now giving that defensive end in the middle of a play, a split-second decision, you're giving them like a multiple choice problem. Like, okay, where can I hit him for it to be legal and not a flag? I mean, dude, we're seeing quarterbacks get roughing the passer calls with the football still in their hands, which is crazy.
Yeah. Well, Ian, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you coming back on to meet Maddie and to take some of these questions. Please give everybody your Twitter handle. It's at Jet Central on YouTube. If you don't watch them on YouTube, where are you? Where have you been? As a Jets fan. But what's your Twitter handle? I know it's like underscore something.
Yeah, I think it's Jets_Central. I could be wrong in that, but I'm reading that comment here on the side from Jet Superfan. Yeah, Roddy Lott scarring receivers coming across the middle. The game has changed. Yeah, I mean, like those. I mean, safety is my favorite position. I love like those big time, like early 2000 safeties, just big hitters. That I mean, receivers were afraid to go over the middle of the field. Quarterbacks were afraid to run. Quarterbacks were afraid to hang in the pocket because they would get lit up. But yeah, thanks so much for letting me hop on, and whenever you guys want to hop on my channel, feel free.
Thanks, man. Awesome. Thank you for coming back. I was really excited to talk to you.
Heck yeah, for sure. Thanks, guys.
Have a good night, Ian. All right, Maddie, how awesome was that?
Oh, he's such a great guy, and again, one of the top content creators. I mean, I don't know how old his channel is, but I feel like I've been watching it for like 5 years. Like,
yeah,
it's Central is one of those. It's almost always like right on the top of my feed, and I always click on it because I'm like, oh, and he sees stuff that you or I might miss at work too, which is always nice. It's a nice little Jets love in the middle of the day, especially on the off season. So huge fan of Ian and Jet Central.
We're going to get back to all of your comments, but I am begging all of you, if you like that interview, if you want us to get Ian on again sometime. Now, he's been on the past 2 weeks. We're going to give him a break from our ridiculousness, but hopefully when next season starts, when we're in the middle of the season, something like that, we can get him to pop back on. But the way we do that is with your guys' help. That's your comments and your thumbs up. So please stop what you're doing right now. You don't even have to stop the video. Hit that thumbs up button. So when this show is over, I look back and I go, hell yeah, it was awesome having Ian on. It was awesome having Maddie on. And the three of us, we broke another live thumbs up record. Another thing is that I'm going to put it back in the comments because guess what, folks? If you want to join me and Maddie on this show, here it comes. It goes into the comments. Did it go in? There it is. All right. So you hit that link. It says Midnight Mike Show. You hit that link. You call in. And you'll be able to talk to Maddie and me. And and later on in the show, Maddie, are you prepared for Midnight Mike Show Theater?
I really enjoyed it. I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I did, but it
was awesome, right?
It was fun. I was kind of bummed that Scott Norwood didn't show up.
Oh, well, come on. There's no way Scott Norwood comes near that.
But in my secret heart, I was kind of like, maybe the guy can laugh about it all these years later.
In case you don't know, folks, Midnight Mike Show Theater tonight. It'll probably be around 10:30, somewhere in there. We are going to review the alternate history of the Buffalo Bills, and it was made by NFL Films, and Jim Kelly and Thurman Thomas and all those guys took part in it, and it's a mini documentary on if the Buffalo Bills won those 4 Super Bowls, and they act as if they won them, and it just the way they did it was outstanding. Like we're not even going to be able to do it justice, but I will put the link to the video when this video is over. I will put the link down below so that anybody can check it out. So yeah, Maddie, real quick, I'm going to try and find where I left off in the comments, but what have you been up to? What did you think? Where were you when Hassan Reddick was signed?
I was at work and I was in the middle of doing a bunch of stuff. So I didn't see it until about an hour or so after it happened. And it was kind of nice because then I went scrolling all the way back through Twitter and seeing all the stuff and clicking on the news and like New York Post. And it was just one of those moments where you're like, when you realize you're having an amazing day and you're like, why is everything going right? Like, am I on TV? Like, is a lightning bolt going to hit me? Like, I was like, this is great. But yeah, I was at work and I got in my car and I was just, checking my phone real quick before I headed home. And I saw that and I was just like, holy shit, I was really excited. I kind of hope they get him.
By the way,
to a deal. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, he said, I think I'm on board with Mike. He said that earlier. And I said, on what? Alan Lazard? Yes, Alan Lazard. I'm going to build like this Alan Lazard army, and then we're all going to get let down next year. It's going to be amazing.
I hope you don't.
Typical Jets fashion.
Prove everybody right. Speaking of Twitter, though, I do want to shout out something I saw. There's a feed or an account on Twitter called Sports and Nonsense. And I reached out. I asked the lady, I think it's a lady who runs it, to give us a call. But she posed a really interesting question I want to throw out for everybody. And the question was this: peak Aaron Rodgers or peak John Elway? Who do you want?
Aaron Rodgers.
I as a Bronco hater, I hate saying it, but I would take John Elway over him.
I'd take Dan Marino over both of them.
Yeah, but he's not in the question.
I know. I'm just saying.
I agree with you too, but
I'm not trying to specifically necessarily like hate on John Elway because he was an outstanding quarterback, or favor Rodgers because he's a Jet. But I mean, I'd go Aaron Rodgers over John Elway. I think.
I would take Elway.
I'm also the kind of person who thinks that those last two Super Bowls, that Elway won at the end there, I don't know. I think there was a little shadiness going on.
That's fair, but I also remember
watch the third and fourth quarter of the AFC Championship game that you were at versus the Jets. I'm never
watching any Broncos shit ever again.
And I'm just saying there was
I don't disagree with you, but I will say this: John Elway in his prime, like we're talking like 87, 88, 89.
Yeah.
Elway. I mean, he was an absolute beast. I mean, he could be down by 10 points with 3 minutes left and lead that comeback. Like. I mean, and the way he dismantled the Browns in the playoffs so many times. But I think it's an interesting question and just something fun to throw out there, see what the comments have to say.
Oh, I'm always up for hypotheticals.
Yeah.
Always. Oh,
and I was because it wasn't here, I didn't get to answer, but the answer was Sonic and Pepsi.
Oh, fuck you and Pepsi, man. Coke is way better than Pepsi. And Mario's better than fucking Sonic while we're at it. I mean, once again, I like Sonic. I have no problem with Sonic. Nick, awesome to see you, bro. I think I know you've been here, but it's cool. It's cool to see you sticking around and throwing in the comments. I think they should use number 10 on the best offensive lineman available. I get wanting another wide receiver, but if any of these older dudes goes down, we need depth. Rodgers is everything. Absolutely. None of the wide receivers, none of these people are going to matter if Rodgers is not upright and throwing the ball. Now, Tyrod will do great getting us through a game here, 2 games there. I have no doubt about that. But if Rodgers goes down for the season again in week 1 through, 8, we're done. It's over. You could that's it. So your offensive line all day, every day. Unless we're trading up and we're signing guys like McGovern or Bakhtiari or whatever, getting that depth in here. Richard from New Jersey says, we are going to be breathing fire on both sides of the ball this year. Jeff, fucking go. Jets fucking go.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that. Can't deny that. Oh, let's fucking go. Well, we figured it was Jets fucking go, and that works too.
Jets fucking go, really.
Yeah, maybe we should start hashtagging that.
I was gonna say JFG, baby. It is Slapshot.
Yes, now I can see it's Slapshot.
I figured it. I was like, by the time it goes on long enough, you'll get it, but.
Yeah, once you see those blue and
beautiful
yellow
Chiefs jerseys.
Yeah. Kick with finesse. I don't know what that means, but it could mean Greg the Leg Zerline is awesome. Hit the thumbs up, folks. New York Jets superfan. Oh yeah, Ian, I remember. Okay, Ronnie Lott scaring receivers. That's across the middle. Game has changed. Yeah, we talked about this on Thursday night. Now, once again, the Thursday night show comes on at 10 p.m. It comes on after that other show, just to continue the Jets content. And we were talking about it on that show, that when you go back and you watch guys like Mark Gastineau and Lawrence Taylor and these guys just pummeling people, but you do have to watch that show. The Tuesday shows, when they're live, anyone can watch them, anybody can comment, anyone can call in. But after, later that night, early the next morning, I put them for members only. So, but we were talking about it. It's so different when you watch, like, I'm the game behind me, just seeing some of the hits that people are like laying down. It's insane. And by the way, if you want a Midnight Mike Show sticker, and you'll also get the Midnight Mike Show logo. This one has that cool sheen to it. Guess the game behind me, folks. Guess the game behind me.
That old logo that you got there with the sheen. That's cool looking. Gives me a big Nick at Night vibe.
Yes. Well, yes. You know what? Absolutely. It's supposed to just harken back to those old 60s like Mad Men, style logos with the little starbursts and yeah. I don't know. It works for me, right?
I like it.
Me too. All right. They made roughing the passer reviewable now. Okay. If that's true.
I can live with that. I like that.
Yeah, because you know what? There's so many times where Josh Allen he's an actor, bro. He's an actor. And I believe there's someone, who else? Mahomes. A lot of these guys, man, they get touched and they hit the ground as if someone
Like
just buried them. Yeah, and it's just
somebody
it's
sitting
sickening.
in the grassy knoll with a rifle.
Absolutely sickening. Nick. Hey, hell yeah. Ian is clutch with the immediate reporting. Yes, he is, and I talked about that last week with him. And Maddie said it tonight. There's times where my phone will buzz and it'll be like ESPN or someone else putting out a report, and I'll click the YouTube link, and his 5-minute video is already there.
Yeah,
like it's unbelievable. Once again, folks, if you want, feel free, give us a call. All you do is hit that link, that StreamYard link. It's in the comments under Midnight Mike Show, and it's as simple as you hit the link, you put in your name, you put in. I don't know if you can also put in the headline like Ian. Yeah, look. See how it says Midnight Mike, your Jets. Actually, you know what? I want to shout you out, Maddie. I noticed a couple weeks ago that you always change yours, but because my eyes are so bad, I can never see it on the live show. So after when I go back and watch to see how everything went, I'll always go, what do you need put this time? And then I'll check it out. But yeah, Maddie likes to have fun with his.
I like to spice it up.
Absolutely. Let's get back to some of these comments. Oh yeah, there it is. So call in and talk to us. Let's see what everybody's saying. Ian is very polite and mature for a young man. I hope him all the success in the world. Well, I'll tell you what, as far as Jets content creation goes, he is very
successful.
Yeah, he's been doing amazing. I mean, I wouldn't mind having 30-something, 40-something thousand subscribers, right? Hey, you guys can help me. Go down and hit the subscribe button. That'd be awesome. I would really appreciate that. And the thumbs up, of course. But that does mean a lot. And we are going to get to it, folks. So if you have another tablet or something like that, I'm telling you, how long was it, Maddie, that Buffalo Bills alternate? It was like what, 7-10 minutes?
7-8 minutes. It was, short.
Yeah, check it out because we're going to review it later. And it was a fun watch. And like I said, it's hard to even do it justice because of how good NFL Films is.
Hey,
Chris is back. I think Chris, this Chris has been here before. What's up, guys? What's up, Chris? How you doing? By the way, Valerie was in here earlier. I don't know if she's still in here, but what's up, Valerie? I did see you, but we were talking to Ian, and I was just trying to get to questions for Ian, and I did put a lot of, hey, Maddie, hey, Mike and Maddie's. I put them up on the screen. But I'm hoping no news is good news, and I'm hoping that my wife is feeling better.
I hope so too.
John says, as a true Jets fan, I just can't get that evil voice out of my head that says Jets gonna Jets. Is John the one who came on once or twice, and he's always our really pessimistic Jets fan? I believe he is.
I think so. And my question to you, John, is what evil person does that voice sound like? Because mine sounds like Skeletor.
Yeah. I can't really do it. I was going to come on and sing, here comes Peter Cottontail.
Oh, Jesus.
Hopping down the bunny trail.
Okay. Every time you sing, an angel gets its wings ripped off. Stop that immediately.
All right, let's keep going. Hey, it's Easter, folks. Happy Easter, everybody. Right now, it is almost 10 o'clock. We're about to hit the 10 p.m. mark here on the East Coast, and I'm sure that the Easter Bunny is starting to make his rounds because if he doesn't start now, he ain't going to make it over to Maddie and them, and it's going to be too late.
Only one dead bunny if he lets Sasha down. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, especially since you made him a New York Jets.
That's love right there.
Egg, yeah, absolutely.
I love this time of year. I eat so many hard-boiled eggs. I love hard-boiled eggs.
Oh, do you? I can't eat them, man.
I love them. I can eat. I'm like, speaking of cool hand Luke, like one day I'm going to hit the 50.
No, it's I don't know. I never liked him as a kid, and it's just, and that's another thing because are there kids? Are your kids in the room? Are there kids watching? I doubt there are, but
no, but I was warned to be careful.
Well, my kids put out a couple carrots and eggs for the Easter bunny because my wife's not feeling well.
Oh, absolutely. I'm on keto right now because my vacation, I gained 18 pounds.
No way.
I think it was close to that. I might be over, but I ate everything that wasn't nailed down. And I got super fat. My clothes didn't fit right. And I was like, all right, you chunky mutt. So, like, hard-boiled eggs are one of the few joys I can have right now. So,
well, then this is
the
perfect, no, this is a perfect time of year for you then.
Oh, God.
In the middle of a Yankee game, call on my channel. Can't come in at the moment. In the middle of a Yankee game, call on my channel. Can't come in at the moment. Is he at the game or is he on his channel
my guess. I don't
covering
know.
the Yankee game?
I don't know. His picture, he's hanging out with the guy from Assassin's Creed.
No, that's him, I think.
Well, he's the one on the right. The guy
he's no, he's the one in the white.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he's cosplaying.
My mind can't comprehend the enigma that is Mets 2128.
No, he is definitely a character.
Yeah, he's good. He's fun.
We're glad to have him when he's
Absolutely. Here. I love when he comes on. He's just Mets gonna Mets.
Okay, here we go. New York Jets superfan says the movie is Slapshot. Well, you got that. The game is the Falcons versus the Jets. You got that. And it says, I'm going to guess early 90s. I need a year, but that's wrong. That is wrong. Oh, maybe he'll clear it up here. I know the irony of a Mets fan calling a Yankees game, but I was too worn out from work to do the Mets call. Yo, he is, you are right, dude. He is an enigma. He is every week, sometimes twice a week on our show, a Jets show, as a Giants fan.
Yeah.
And now he's on his YouTube channel calling a Yankees game as
a Mets fan.
2128. By the, can you get me an update on that? What's the score of the Yankees Houston game?
I can pull that up.
Because right now the Yankees are 2-0, bitches. Two wins against the mighty Houston Astros in Houston. One was a comeback win, and then the next one was we just beat them up. Well, they also look. None of it could have been done without
5-3 into the 8th.
Fuck yeah! I never would have thought.
Straight booty cheeks.
Never would have thought. I was actually yesterday. I watched the end of the Mets game against the Brewers. That was a little hard to watch.
Like I say, I don't want to talk about it.
Valerie, John, all of us here feel the same. It's all going to turn to crap. Valerie! But look, there's reason to hope. Oh, well, okay, at least she has that.
Like I say, you can't get mad at Jets fans for being pessimistic. All this team has given us is pessimism and heartbreak.
Let's see what we got here. 5-3 Yankees. Thank you. Thank you, Jerome. I talk to Jerome every now and then on something, and I don't know if it's Twitter or Facebook. I don't know what I talk to him on, but Kenny O at the helm. What?
Where's Infrared tonight? I miss you, buddy.
I don't know. Where is Infrared? Interesting. I have not seen him in the comments yet. Yes, Kenny O is at the helm, Richard. We're getting closer, folks. We're getting closer. Maybe Jets Falcons 1989. Jets superfan, if you give me,
there you go, buddy.
If you give me, hold on, you got to give him the Jets chant. Jets. If you give me your, if you want to give me your home address or a P.O. box somewhere, I will send you out not only the MCM Midnight Mike Show sticker that has that cool sheen to it, but you're going to get this show's sticker, Midnight Mike Show, boom, and it's perfect for your water bottle, for your computer, for your car, whatever you'd like. So you've got one. I know, was it Tim or Jim got one? Maddie's getting a bunch.
I will also send nudes.
You'll also what?
Send nudes.
Oh, that's nice. So if you guess the game,
subscribe to my OnlyFans.
So not only if you guess the game behind me, do you get 2 awesome stickers, but you also get some nudes from Maddie. I mean, you can't get better than that.
Actually, you can get way better than that.
You can do the duck face. No, you can't. I'll try to get in when it's over. Oh, thanks, Mets. Thanks for giving us your time. By the way, I know Met's real name. He didn't give it to me, but I ended up figuring it out through something, and I don't know what it was. And I don't remember what it was, but I remember looking at the name and going, oh, yeah, definitely. Absolutely, that name is him. But I can't remember the name.
I hope it's something fucking ridiculous like Herbert Scheckelstein or something.
No, it's not. But I will tell you this. I don't know if he's watching. I know I know Honest Abe's real name, and it's perfect.
You guys all have your stage names. I'm really Matt in real life.
Yeah, but you told me your real name also, and it's so generic.
Yeah, you're never gonna find me.
Yeah, it's like if you put
Good
in
luck.
if you knew his last name, you put it in a search, and it's gonna say like 7 billion found.
Yeah,
like,
I'm like a percentage of the whole in legal names right now, like 3% of the population.
Guys, hit those thumbs up. That's how we break the record from last Saturday. Okay, we brought in Ian last Saturday. We brought him back for you. I specifically started to just try to get all your comments in and try to get your questions. So do me the favor of hitting those thumbs up. And if you're joining us a little late, Ian from Jet Central was on, and hit those thumbs up because I'm going to leave. Of course, the show is going to stay up, and when this show goes off, boom, you're going to be able to watch.
Richard from Jersey, I don't remember what they were when I watched the replay last week, but I had a lot of hot takes that I agree with. So I'm glad you're back. Stick with us. I feel like you and me are going to agree on a lot of stuff.
And I like that comment. Mike, this channel is going to grow. I hope so. I try so hard, and like I feel like I finally found a niche. Like once again, I had another show for 10 years that was 80s and 90s pop culture, horror, stuff like that, even pro wrestling. And I interviewed people, and we did reviews every week and all this stuff. And we had if I went out and I ordered, let's say 40 shirts, I got them at the studio, I would sell those 40 shirts. It would every time. So it's like it's not like we didn't make money and we didn't have a big fan base, but it was a lot of work, like to watch movies, write notes, get the guys together, whatever. With this, it just seems natural because I've been bitching about the fucking New York Jets for 40 years, and then Maddie one day comes on and the chemistry just boom, and it feels good. So thank you, Richard. Thank you, Jerome. Thank you, Infrared, even though you're not in here, and Valerie and Monique and Tim, and I mean there's so many of you. Mets, of course, who always comes in. You guys make this so much fun.
I speak for myself, but I'm sure I speak for you as well. I genuinely look forward to the show every Saturday and Tuesday. Like I'm always like, sweet, I can't wait.
Absolutely. Oh, totally. Hold on. We do have let's see here.
Junio Lee. What's up, buddy?
Congrats to 1K. Stock is rising. Hopefully the team's success boosts the channel. I'm going to be honest with you. All my highest viewed videos, the ones that are 20,000, 10,000, 15,000, whatever, are all after the Jets lose. Okay, so if the Jets win, I feel like once the season starts, our views are going to go up naturally because people are back into football. But when the Jets lose, my numbers skyrocket, especially when I come on here and do my reaction videos. People really like watching me fucking pissed off.
Schadenfreude.
Yeah, and it's like, look, the Jets lose, we get a bunch of views, we get a bunch of subscribers. The Jets win, everything's going to go up, but we're not going to get, I'm not going to put out a video if the Jets are winning all the time. Who wants to watch a Jets fan come on and brag? I mean, that's got to be the most
having a friend whose life is awesome. You're like, hey man, what's going on? Oh, nothing, man. My wife and I had great sex last night. Our kids are wonderful. And you're like, man, nobody wants to talk to you. His girlfriend gave him crabs. I'm gonna go talk to him. He's interesting.
My evil voice sounds like 20 plus years of asshole Patriots fans here in Massachusetts. I'm right on the brink, but the best part is that I never lived in New England. I mean, once again, I'm from New Jersey, right outside New York City, right? I always considered Connecticut part of the tri-state area. Anytime you watched like Channel 4, NBC, Channel 5, Fox, 7 ABC, 2 CBS. They'd always say covering the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. So I never even thought of it as part of New England. Then I came up here and everyone kind of, half the people act like it's New England, half the people act like it's a New York suburb. And so it's really weird, but I'm so happy I did not live up here while the Patriots were doing it's so funny. It's rare to see Patriots stuff around here. I see more Giants stuff around here than Patriots stuff.
I will say when I was in Hartford, though, a lot more Patriots and Celtics shit up there.
Yeah, you're getting further north, much closer to the Massachusetts.
Hartford is the weirdest way station of sports I've ever seen.
By the way, thank you so much. 199, Junior Rudy. Is that how it's said? I always ask people like Hyro, where's Hyro at? Which day 2-3 QB intrigues you guys? Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't say it was a day 2, but look, who's the guy out of Michigan who threw that ball? He's going day 1.
Yeah.
But he threw that ball, and he's been compared to Zach Wilson like all over the place because he made that one spectacular throw like Zach made. But is Penix going to fall to 2 or 3? Everyone keeps saying that we could somehow – they think Penix will be there for our 3rd round pick.
I don't see that happening.
I don't either. But
if he's there and we don't grab him, we're dumb as hell.
Yeah, and I don't know why he's been on the Jets' radar so much because I'm telling you all this right now. The New York Jets are not picking a quarterback in the 1st round. It's just not going to happen. Why would we, when Rodgers says he's going to play 2, 3, 4 more years, why would you sit there and grab a guy when you could grab Aaron Rodgers, another weapon or another protector? It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Again, I haven't done my homework like explicitly like I should have. I just wait till the draft and just see what happens. But I do like a Rattler out of I forget where out of South Carolina. He's just one of those guys. He just looks like he looks like he's NFL ready from what I've seen. He looks kind of mature and kind of like, you know what I mean? But I mean that's literally from a video I watched that was like QB draft pick prospects. But
I mean, how mature though? How mature can he look? I mean, I see some of these guys coming out of college and they look like babies.
I just mean he
I know I'm just getting super old, but
dude, and it gets so much worse every year.
Yeah, right.
Every year I'm like, there's no way you can drink. And it's like I'm 29. I'm like, holy shit.
Well, no, another thing is that Rodgers, by the way, I do want to say, I want to know is if it's Junior, Rudy, or I'll just call you Rudy until you let me know. But seriously, thank you so much for the super chat. That's how it's done, folks. And you know what? You give me your information somehow. It's Midnight Mike Show on Twitter. Just like it's spelled all here. You give me your information, I'm sending you out a sticker because that is friggin' awesome that you would come in and it's like we have people here every friggin' week and I don't feel like I've seen you in the past, but you're not here constantly every week, whatever, and to be that generous, like that's awesome. So thank you.
We do appreciate it.
Absolutely. And everyone else, you don't have to always, donate a super chat. What can they do? Just hit the thumbs up. That's what we like.
Button. We love it.
But what do you think? I got to ask you, man, as we go on through more of these comments, is it still 5-3 Yankees? Hopefully it is. Imagine they sweep the series. Oh my God. I would be so happy.
I'm so glad I don't live out there with you. You're going to be so insufferable if the Yankees are good this year and the Mets are shit.
The Mets are always shit. What are you talking about?
You go to hell.
That's nothing different. Okay. Remind me to ask you about Caleb Williams, but before we do, I do have to do this. Folks, I have another channel and it's called The Goat Gazette. Okay. This is a channel that I do specifically for the Hartford Yard Goats. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because baseball is back 2024. Yes, I did put out one Goat Gazette video simultaneously, both on the Goat Gazette channel and this channel. And it was when I went to their kickoff party. And they introduced their new manager and coaches and stuff like that. By the way, it's Bobby Meacham, former New York Yankee. But I will be in Hartford in Dunkin' Donuts Park interviewing players, coaches, and other people on Media Day next Wednesday, this coming Wednesday. And I'm very excited about that. I went to Media Day last year. So please go over and subscribe to that channel if you want to follow a minor league team, or you're just disgruntled. 30, it's like if you're with a code like from a minor league team, like Goats, the Yard Goats code is probably just Goats. You could get MILB TV every game of every team in AAA, AA, whatever, all the way down to high A, for $30 a year. A year. I did not say a month. I said a year. So please go subscribe to the Goat Gazette. I would really, really appreciate it. Oh, so what do you think of Caleb Williams and his nail polish and makeup? And
guy's an idiot. I just don't. I get that you got all the talent in the world, but the more I see of his behavior and everything else, I just feel like I'm like, if this guy shows up and is a bust, I'm like, I won't even be shocked. It sounds like he's already more interested in drama and bullshit than playing football, and
it seems like he's already bringing a circus to whatever team drafts him.
Yeah,
and honestly, it's like if I'm the Bears, I don't want this. I don't want a guy who cries to his mommy, when he has a bad game. And look, if you're gonna cry to your mommy, do it in private. Don't do it.
Yeah, that's my argument. Is like, dude, just hide your shame. And I'm an angry crier.
And I don't have a problem with a player shedding a tear on the sideline if they lose the Super Bowl or they lose a big game, or like Scott Norwood had every reason to cry if he wanted to cry. And I'm not talking about ugly cry, blubbering cry in public, but if a player, whatever, hey, that's fine. But not only blubbering crying, but going into the stands into your mother's bosom.
Dude, it's too much.
And now he's coming around with nail polish and lip gloss, and it's like, dude, he thinks he's bigger than he fucking is.
You haven't proven anything to anybody yet.
And he may, but I don't think. I think he's I would have kept Justin Fields.
Yeah.
I would have felt more comfortable with Justin Fields.
It's gonna be interesting watching him play this year. I don't want to be that guy that watches him and like hate watches him, but I really feel like I might be.
Do you think? I wonder what the Bears' schedule is. Do they have an easy schedule? Because maybe he will do good.
Season last year.
Jet Superfan is thanking you, Maddie. I don't know what he is thanking you for, but maybe just thank you for being here. Or did you send him? Did he get your nudes?
Oh, the nudes they went out lightning quick.
Oh, awesome!
That's the only thing I do fast.
I want some. Got a man cave fridge and a pickup truck. You know what, Richard? At the end of last week's show, you reminded me about my brother, my younger brother, who passed away because his name was Richard. He was from New Jersey. He was a big Jets fan, and I actually opened up about that for the first time, really, on this show. And Richard, you know what, man? Send me your address. Send me a PO box. Send me something on Twitter in a private DM, and I will make sure that you get on here, and I'll get you a sticker. You absolutely deserve it. There it goes. You guys, your guys' OnlyFans name should be the Ass Bros.
I like that. So here's a fun question. What would your porno name be?
Isn't it supposed to be like your middle name with the road you grew up on or something?
I mean, those are kind of the rules, but I mean, you don't have to go by that. I decided mine would be Circumference.
Oh, that's nice. I actually had a friend who was of the homosexual persuasion, and he was dating another dude who was obviously also of the homosexual persuasion, and he was a drag queen. And I went to one of his drag shows, and his drag name was Visa Decline.
I love it. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's fucking clever, right? I mean, that's a good. That would be. It wouldn't be my porn name. I'd have to think of something to that level.
That's fantastic. Oh my god.
That's just thinking.
Oh, that's great.
Our resident Minnesota Vikings correspondent, Sean O'Brien, Sean Neutron. How you doing tonight?
What's What's up, buddy?
What's up, guys? Hey, sorry I don't have the best aesthetic tonight. I just got out of church, late Easter vigil mass, and I just decided, pull over. All the lighting's good in this parking lot. So,
do you like our aesthetic here for Easter?
Hey, you guys have I dig the backgrounds, man.
When I pull up a comment, you can see it better. I see a little Jets Easter egg in the other corner that I made.
There you go.
There you go,
nifty, man. But I actually came in on you guys talking about Caleb Williams, and I got to agree with all your points. Any guy who cries into his mother's arms instead of being there for his teammates, and you're going to tell me he's supposed to lead men next year? No way.
It's going to be tough.
Did you know what does the Bears schedule look like next year? Do you have any idea? Is it an easy schedule?
I actually have not looked at it. But I mean, that division has gotten so tough with the Lions getting as good as they are. The Packers, those are going to be the top two teams right there. Minnesota and Chicago are going to be battling for third. It'll depend on what shakes out with Minnesota and the quarterback situation come draft time.
Now, here's my question to you.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question for you. Last time we were on, we were laughing at the fact that we had that one graphic and it said that the Vikings are looking at Sam Darnold or Zach Wilson. Well, Sam Darnold's in the house. What do you think about your QB room right now?
That became a little bit more realistic the more I saw it, and I was like, I see why they did it to bring a veteran quarterback in there. The $10 million is not an actual accurate number. It turns out that's a lot of incentives are in that. So really, his contract is more like $5 or $6 million. So it's not as steep as it sounds. He's a solid veteran. I'm not going to say he's going to lead us to a lot of wins by any means, but I think if you in my mind, they've got that 11th pick, the 23rd pick, and you can, package those and maybe a next year's first round pick to get that third pick from the Patriots, who in my mind will probably be open to trading it because they need a lot more than just a quarterback. And they can still get that quarterback later in the first round, but having all that draft capital for a team that needs it like they do, and Minnesota needs that quarterback. And after that top three, there's a big drop off, especially the top four. And next year, you don't want to really be drafting a quarterback next year. It's going to be slim pickings next year.
Yeah, I do hear that. I hear next year's quarterbacks aren't going to be anything like this year. But once again, it's like you could say that, but look at some of the past drafts. Look at the Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson. Look at all those guys. Was it Daniel Jones was in that draft, and the jerk off from the Patriots, Mac Jones was in that draft.
Jones, yeah.
I'm not sure, but there was and none of them have worked out. Now, Trevor Lawrence, you could say, has been decent, but he definitely hasn't lived up to where he should be in year 4.
Yeah, he was supposed to make that big jump this year into that the upper echelon or whatever, and it just did not pan out. I don't know. It felt like he felt like Matt Ryan from in the Falcons when he'd get to 2 touchdowns every time and just not throw any more touchdowns. Whenever he got to 2 touchdowns, that was it.
I just want to say Metz is in the green room, and I will bring him in a little while. Metz, if you can get the Bears schedule up, or at least I know schedules aren't out, but they have released who each team is playing.
I got it right here.
Nice.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
Never mind, Metz. We'll still get to you, Metz. Okay, so we know they're playing the Lions twice. They're playing which
Lions,
they're going to lose
Packers,
both
Vikings,
games.
of course.
Home
games. You got the Rams, the Seahawks, the Jags, the Titans, the Panthers, and the Patriots.
That's not that hard.
That's not bad. And then you got road games. You got Niners, Texans, Colts, and Commanders.
That's much harder.
Yeah, Niners, Texans are going to be good. Commanders, they're going to be improving for sure. They're with the new coaching, the new management, a lot of the players they've had. The Commanders are definitely going to improve by at least 3 or 4 wins.
Yeah, I agree with that. It looks like their home games are a lot easier than their away games. But once again, I mean, if you just go by the division, I don't see them. I see them losing 2 to the Lions. They're gonna lose 2 to the Packers, and maybe split with the Vikings.
That's fair.
I mean, that sounds right.
So So the Caleb Williams is going to have a tough time. He's going to have a tough time in this league, I think. Especially
if they're even going to draft him, they may do something crazy.
And even if they draft him, Minnesota's defense did improve this year a lot with all the additions we've made. So, we're going to be coming after him. if he's the starting quarterback.
Who else are you guys looking for quarterback if you can't draft someone?
Ooh, that's a great question. That's obviously not even a possibility in my mind that's really registered because, there's going to be about 6 solid quarterbacks overall. I think people are really kind of counting out Penix and Nix. I think that whoever gets them later, whether in the first round or in the second round, they're going to get a great quarterback. There is a plan B. I've heard that Minnesota said if they don't draft a quarterback, that at 11 they would go after a defensive tackle. I can't recall the name right now, but I think that's more of a smoke screen because I don't see there's any, especially once they traded for the Texans' 23rd pick in the first round. I don't see why you'd have the 11th and 23rd pick just to use them. I feel like you would use them in a trade package, and that's what makes the most sense to me.
Gyro.
Yeah, Hyro is here. I guess Hyro, I didn't see him previously, but he says they're calling Pratt the Romo of this QB class or of the QB class, but I'm assuming he means of this particular QB class. Who else do you guys have in your QB room? I thought you guys signed somebody else.
We just signed Darnold this year. We'd already had Mullins, and we have that rookie Jaron Hall from last year. And Mullins would throw yardage, but he turns the ball over a lot. There's a lot of interceptions. So he's going to get Justin Jefferson. If he was the quarterback, Justin Jefferson would definitely get like 12 to 1,400 yards guaranteed. But then we'd have an absolutely lousy record, probably even worse than having Darnold as the quarterback. And Jaron Hall, I had a lot of hope for him last year, but he played well against the Falcons, got knocked out with a concussion, and then by the time he came back in later in the season, he just looked like he had lost a lot of confidence.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. You guys have to be pulling something because seriously, I don't see why any team would go into a season starting Sam Darnold. As, it just seems crazy to go from Kirk Cousins and then the best you guys can pull in is Sam Darnold. I mean, he had his chance to start in New York. He had his chance to start in Carolina. He's clearly a backup, and right now he's your number 1 QB.
I mean, if you guys are the Patriots, which obviously you're not, but if you guys were the Patriots, and the Vikings were offering you those 3 first-round picks, I mean, how do you say no to that?
Oh, absolutely.
You can't.
No, you can't. But still, that's a lot. Mm-hmm. And the Patriots need a quarterback because all they're going right now with is Jacoby Brissett. Yeah,
which I'm surprised. He's a great quarterback in terms of just. I mean, he would have been a better option than Darnold, honestly, in my mind. But I think a lot of teams wanted him, but surprised he didn't stay in Washington.
Richard says, "Hey, Maddie, keep up the keto. I lost 40 pounds a year ago. Stay with it."
Oh yeah, I lost 50 in 2018. It works.
Mike, how can I send you my address? Email. I do have an email, but I'll tell it to you. It's go. Actually, I should get one for the show. But the one that you could send it to is WLW Studios NJ as in New Jersey @gmail.com. Now, hopefully I'll see it. The problem is that that's the only real email that I have. And literally everything that I get an email for comes through there. So I get like 50 emails a day, 100 spam emails a day. It's like, it's constant. So send it to me. Hopefully I'll see it. If you're not on Twitter, by the way, if you're on Twitter, just DM me. Just send me a private message at Midnight Mike Show. It's MIDNITE Mike Show. Sean, do I have your address?
I got it.
My address or email address?
No. Did you ever when we worked on like on WLW Studios back in the day? Did you ever send me your address? Because if you want them, I got these. I got the stickers in.
I'll take one. Yeah, I'll give my address. I'll send it to you. I'll text it to you.
Just say it on YouTube right now. What could happen?
Just say it live to everybody. No.
Hold on. Wait, you said social security number?
And mother's maiden name.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
And the name of your first pet. All right. It says, Rudy says it's pronounced Junior Rudy. Oh, okay. So he combined, the R is combined to both Junior and Rudy.
I dig it.
It's my name backwards. What?
He's probably Rudy Jr.
Oh,
race car backwards.
No, is race car. No, I was starting to, when he wrote it's my name backwards, I'm starting to go, okay, YDUR. I'm like, this isn't making any sense. I was literally taking him literally on that one.
That's like the other day I saw something that said, "Man, I've been spelling Xanax wrong all these years."
Hold on, wait. Okay, let it roll. Yeah, no, there's a few. There's something else that's the same forwards and backwards. I forget what it was. I go to the Yard Goats at least 3 to 5 times a year since it's like 10 minutes away and always a good time. It also helps me to see all the Red Sox young prospects. Well, yeah, if the Sea Dogs are in town, the Yard Goats actually open up their season this year in Portland at the Sea Dogs, and then they're coming back home, and their opening series is the Bowie Bay Sox, and that's the Orioles franchise. But Sean, you know what? I have to bring Mets in, but thank you so much for joining us. And anytime you want to call in, Saturday, Tuesday, you're always welcome. You're our Vikings correspondent, and especially if any Vikings news happens, give us a call so we can pick your brain about it.
Definitely. Well, thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. Maddie, good to see you as always. And
you too, brother.
Hopefully the rest of the show goes great. Thank you so much.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
You too, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
Dude, I kept forgetting tomorrow was Easter like all week, and people were like, "Oh, happy Easter!" I'm like, "Shit!" Like all week, I just could not
Walgreens. I got to get to Walgreens and pick up a bunch of candy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. It is time for Mets.
The man, the myth, the myth.
Hey,
what's up, Mets?
Happy Easter, guys. Sorry I'm late. I was doing the Yankee Astro call on my channel.
Awesome, dude. Happy Easter to you. Happy Easter to you. And you said, why were you? Why, as a Mets fan and a Giants fan,
doing a Yankee call?
Are you always covering the Yankees and the Jets now?
No, it's just that I was too worn out from work today to do the Met game, compounded by the fact the Mets did pretty bad up until the final stretch of the game, which frustrated me to no end. And this team has had an identity crisis with its pitching rotation. So I basically figured too worn out to do the Met game, so I just figured, what the hell, I'll just do the Yankee call instead. It's basically it was a necessity thing.
And the Yankees ended up winning.
Yep.
I cannot believe they took those 3 in Houston. Like, if somebody would have asked me,
there's one more they got played in Houston.
No, I know, but they took the series. And if someone would have told me, or at the beginning, hey, what do you think is going to happen in the first 3-4 games in Houston? I would not have had the Yankees up 3-0. It wouldn't have happened.
Well, they've exploited a weakness with the Astros, and that's the bullpen, the back third of the game.
Well, you know what if you see what the Yankees Achilles heel is, putting fucking men on base and stranding them.
True.
My God, especially in that first game, man, they had first inning, second inning, third inning, fourth inning. They had bases loaded, 2 on, whatever, and scored 0 runs. And most of those guys got on with 0 outs, and then they just blew it. So that does make me very nervous for the New York Yankees. I'll tell you that.
That's true.
But I mean, it's early in the season, so to get these games early in the season actually makes me feel pretty good, because over the past few years, it seems like they just drop so many early, and then like the Orioles or someone else just blasts so far ahead, and then you're playing from 5-6 games behind for like months.
Yeah, I mean, last year was the worst season the Yankees had since '92.
That is true. Just like the Jets never make the playoffs in over a decade, the Yankees made the playoffs for like 2+ straight decades.
Or thereabout.
Thereabout. Let's get back to some of your comments, folks, and then pretty soon we are going to have to do some Midnight Mike Show theater. Hey, Mets, did you end up watching that Buffalo Bills thing?
No, I didn't, to be honest.
Hey, man, when you get off here, I'm telling you, it's so interesting to watch NFL films do a documentary as if the Buffalo Bills won those 4 Super Bowls. It's so bizarre to watch.
Yeah, they become, let me guess, it says something like they become America's team. Norwood isn't treated as a scapegoat.
Well, once again, it's like Norwood does get a lot of fucking shit.
Yeah.
Because the guy, okay, yes, the guy missed the kick. That's his only job, is to kick that ball through the uprights. But the Bills were so much of a better team than the Giants that season. They should not have been in that close of a game in the Super Bowl against the Giants. So it's the whole team.
Giants without Phil Simms. No.
Yeah, Jeff Hostetler was quarterback.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Well, here's one for you. Who had it worse before, say, 2000, 2001? Norwood or Bill Buckner?
Oh,
Buckner.
That's a hard one. They
Yeah,
still
Buckner.
forgiven Buckner later on.
I mean,
but,
because think about
goes
it.
the call. Goes through Buckner.
so
Just think about it.
I don't know. That's a tough
Buckner
one.
has
that's a head
bad-
scratcher. That one is.
bad legs. Why put him back out there for defensive purposes if he can't bend himself down to get the ball?
No, I would say Buckner is worse only because Boston is a bigger market than Buffalo.
True.
And those fans are mean.
That's how I. But they're both equally as bad. But you know what? Didn't they had another game after that, didn't they?
Yeah, they could have
Yeah.
still won Game 7.
Yeah. So you know what? Norwood. Oh boy, that is tough because they.
Mets won the 7th game, not the Red
No, I
Sox.
know. But that's what we were saying is the
But
Mets
they
won
had
Game 6,
another.
but they
Yeah,
had
like the Buckner
potential
thing
to
wasn't
go
the end of it
and win
all.
Game 7.
True.
I can't stand Caleb Williams. I hope he's the biggest bust ever. Look, I'm not going to sit there and like wish him to be the biggest bust ever. I just think that he thinks he's bigger than he is. I think he thinks he's better than he is. But he's also a very weak, thin-skinned individual.
He gives off very bad vibes to me.
Yes.
I'm not going to root for his demise, but I'm really not in his corner.
I'll tell you who's a bust. The UNC Tar Heels in men's basketball.
Why? What happened with them?
Lost to Alabama in the Sweet 16 round.
What were they ranked? I'll be honest. I'm not a college.
Number one in their region.
Yeah, the only reason I know about March Madness is because here in Connecticut, college hoops is like the biggest
Be all and
thing.
the end all.
Oh my God. Men's and women's college UConn basketball is like huge.
I
Like,
bought a
I feel
UConn
like
hoodie while I was there just to fit in.
it's so strange to me because like when I lived in New Jersey, no one gave a shit about like Rutgers or like, people gave some, Seton Hall had like but it's not the same as UConn.
You always
here.
be like one guy who's that like diehard St. John's fan. And you're
Yeah.
like, I'm glad you like him. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, we were always a pro. I don't know what asterisk on the final out means, by the way. Sorry,
I think he was
Junior
just saying it
Rudy.
was a final out.
Yankees W.
And then you
First
figure,
years.
and then you figure that the state of Connecticut is trying to bolster the Sun. Who gives a rat's backside about the WNBA?
Oh,
Are you going
I
through
don't-
Laurie Strode's house right now, Michael Myers?
No, in my house. I was upstairs. There's one of my mother's private studies using her massage chair. And now I'm back in my apartment.
The
Back in the
mystery
basement.
just
apartment.
deepens and deepens.
look at him go. This is creepy. We have to talk over this, otherwise I'm going to get copyright. But just watching him walk there. That's so funny. Okay, I'll turn it.
Oh, that was great.
I have the strangest stuff on my soundboard.
I love it.
But I actually wish I had the stalking music. The dun, 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 dun. That would have been even better. But I had
Sometimes at work, I'll call into random cells and just go.
Nice.
And everybody laughs. Everybody gets a kick out of it.
Twitter DM got it. Cool. Yeah. If you want a sticker, if I've said I'll send you a sticker or anything like that, the quickest and easiest way at Midnight Mike Show on Twitter, and you send me a DM. Very cool. Thank you, Mike. No problem, Richard. I really appreciate it. Bears H, NFC North, Jags, Rams. Oh, home. Okay. Yes. We did go through this, and I think their home schedule is pretty easy.
Hawks?
Aside from their division, by the way.
Doesn't mean Falcons, not Hawks.
Most likely.
Oh,
no. Seahawks. He's the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Yeah, they have the Seahawks at home. The Jags, the Rams, the Titans, the Pats, Seahawks, and the Panthers. I wish we had that. I wish that was our home schedule.
Right.
That would be sweet. I loved Back to the Future movies, so my porn name would be Michael J. Cox.
I love it. I love it.
How did we get into that conversation?
You'd Your trademark phrase would be like while you're just holding your junk, be like, "This is heavy."
Nice.
Well, at least it wouldn't be something as stupid as say dildo schwaggins.
Dildo Schwaggins.
Oh, that you did say you learned his real name.
I did. I figured out. I figured out Met's real name, and I'm not going to say it because obviously he goes by Mets. If he wants to say it, he can say it. But I don't remember it. I don't remember it now. But I remember seeing it and going, "Oh yeah, definitely. He's a whatever his name is." Like, and now of course it's a couple days later. I don't know if I saw it on your Twitter account or I don't know. But he just ignores us on Twitter. He's way too big for us.
I've gotten one follower out of being a co-host of this show in like 3 months.
That's bullshit. I know that's bullshit.
I got maybe 2.
Actually, you know what? I do the Jets Uncovered show, and we just opened up a Twitter account at Jets Uncovered, and we are on all your major podcast platforms every Wednesday morning. So you will be getting another follow, Maddie. I will make sure that the Jets Uncovered account takes care of you.
Excellent. I will return the favor.
Thank you. Let's get back into these comments. And then pretty soon we got to let Mets go, and we got to get to this thing because we're running up on 2 hours already.
I got a doozy for next
week. I might as well just get going anyway.
All right, Mets. Sure, God damn it. I will see you on Thursday or next Saturday. We appreciate it.
What? As long as we're watching WrestleMania next Saturday.
Mike, you keep saying Thursday. We're on Tuesday.
Tuesday, 10 p.m. No, I don't think we're going to be watching WrestleMania. I'm sorry. Have a good night, man.
That's the case. I'm going to be mostly watching that in Discord, various Discord servers.
Fair enough.
Interesting.
And then,
as always, Mets leaves us with more questions than answers.
Well, he knows WrestleMania is coming up. Can't.
I know.
Every draft is a crapshoot. Carolina wishes they had Stroud now. Hey,
Who
look.
Doesn't?
No, that's true, and that's what we were talking about when Sean Neutron was on. Yes, the draft class for quarterbacks this year looks great, and next year doesn't look that great. But you never know.
Yeah, you can find a diamond in the rough. I mean, look where the Patriots drafted Brady.
Look where how far Rodgers dropped.
Yeah.
All USC quarterbacks are a bust. You can't argue that.
And
I mean, Sanchez did okay. I wouldn't call him a bust. Minnesota should just suck and wait to get Shedeur Sanders or Ewers in 25. I don't think they don't have much time left with Justin Jefferson. So, I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't be going out there and doing everything they can if they're going to keep Justin Jefferson, or fucking trade Justin Jefferson and get a lot for him, get a lot of draft picks for him, and start the rebuild.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to have to rebuild and you're not going to make it, there's no window. Start it now. Why wait?
I was so excited when I saw our schedule today. Now, what does that mean? Did they actually release our schedule today? Because I've seen the stuff where they tell us who we have home, who we have away. JD is doing awesome this offseason. Absolutely. Are you surprised? Yes. Not from previous off seasons, but how pathetic he handled the QB room after Rodgers went down. I lost so much faith in him. So it kind of surprised me. Yes. Are you confident that Saleh will adjust as well? Are you confident Saleh will just as well do just as well during the season? Saleh has no excuses anymore. If Saleh does not get us over 10 wins, there's going to be a fucking problem.
If we don't get to the playoffs, Saleh's job is done.
Sorry. Not only the playoffs. I think I don't see why we shouldn't win the division this year. If healthy.
Yeah, health is always a factor.
Yeah, anything can fucking happen. Anything can happen. All right. Just followed you on Twitter. I don't know which one of us you're talking about, but if it's me, thank you. If it's Matty Jets, which is his Twitter handle, thank you for him. All right, guys. We're going to get back to these comments. Seton Hall Radio. No, I used to love Seton Hall Radio. You turned Seton Hall Radio on at like I don't know, 10 at night, and it would just be like people like banging pots and pans.
It's a free for all, dude.
Yeah, it's like
all college radio stations are like that. They're awesome.
That radio
as soon as
station
nobody's
was
paying
bizarre.
attention. Yeah, it was wild.
Too much information. I don't know, man.
Let's talk about what we learned about the enigma that is Mets tonight.
That he's Michael Myers?
Private studies, massage chairs.
There you go.
Manner. Does he fight crime? Is that why he had to get off so fast? Again, more questions than answers.
It's getting late in the evening, folks. So we're going to have to do a little Midnight Mike Show theater. First, I want to make sure I pull everything down, and then I will get back to your comments after. So please don't head out. We're going to get back to your comments before we end out this show. Get as many in as possible. Please, guys, have you hit the thumbs up? I'm asking you. Have you hit the thumbs up? Because last Saturday we broke the thumbs up record for a live show. Because I think my record for a regular video is like a little over 600, but for this show, for a live show, it's like 50, and we've only been doing this a couple months, 57, I think. Let's beat that. So hit that thumbs up, please, people. But like I said, it is now. Hold on, let me make sure I have everything ready. Oh, you know what I also have to do? You know what, Maddie? I'm like I told you, I'm off tonight. My wife's sickness really messed with me. I felt so bad for her. But the good thing is I haven't heard anything. So
she's going to run up and check her pulse real quick.
No, I think she fell asleep, and that's the best thing, because if she's able to sleep, that means that hopefully she'll be feeling a little better.
Yeah, hopefully she probably has what I had. Like, remember that week when I was sick?
My God, what show was that? Where you just looked like you're sweating and you're just
dude. I had this. It was the last day of my vacation too, and I can assure you, my captain was like, "Took another day off, huh, dickhead?" And I'm like, "You're never gonna believe this, but I really was sick." But it was like a 12, 18-hour stomach bug that just ran through me. I did the same thing. I was sweating like Michael Jackson at a Boy Scout meeting, and I was miserable. But then when finally it was over, I was like, "Everything's fine. No recovery period. I'm good. Someone bring me a hamburger."
Ladies and gentlemen, we missed it last Saturday because Maddie's wife's birthday was more important. So now we're bringing it back. It's Midnight Mike Show Theater.
Hello and welcome to Movie Phone.
And now, our feature presentation.
I love the intro. I do.
And I also always like to bring in the
If you're over 40, you can see that sound.
Oh, absolutely. Especially with the ladies and gentlemen, this week on Midnight Mike Show Theater, we are doing the alternate history of the Buffalo Bills. Now, if you haven't seen it, I want to check what YouTube channel it's on, just so that I will try to put
NFL Films.
Yeah, I definitely think it is on an official, because it was made for Super Bowl 50, and before Super Bowl 50, they would come on, and James Brown, was it? Somebody came on and was like, "Sorry, Bills fans, we're doing this." No, actually, the channel is Knix, Knix, and it just type in the alternate history of the Buffalo Bills, and basically NFL Films they always make outstanding documentaries. Like, I love Steve Sable from back in the day, and I know his dad actually founded NFL Films, but they made a documentary as if the Bills won. And I don't know if you can see behind me, they're about to show the Norwood kick. Dude, they show it going in.
They did say, especially when they did some great editing. They really did a great job. It was really fun. And again, I hate the Bills. So,
yeah.
Like,
I mean, once again, my aunt was a cheerleader for the Bills, so I do have a soft spot, but they're still division rivals, and I hate the Bills, especially now. She hasn't been a Buffalo Jill since literally this. She was at all 4 Super Bowls, and the cheerleaders all got rings.
We want picks.
Do you know they get rings?
No, I had no idea.
They get rings, and they're like, you know when you get a high school ring, and the men's rings are like,
yeah, you don't want to get hit with it.
Girls' rings are. That's how the cheerleader Super Bowl rings are.
Oh, see if you can get pictures of that. That'd be cool to see those.
That would be cool, wouldn't it? Oh, look, here it is. Okay, so here's Norwood. Let's see. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but how did they do that?
My first thought was, I don't know how they did it. I don't know what year this was made. You said Super Bowl 50, so that was what, 6-8 years ago? I mean, they could CGI stuff so well back then, but it was hilarious. The fact that Parcells came in,
and they just had Phil Simms being like, oh, I thought we had that game. He didn't even play in the game. Why didn't they get Jeff Hostetler for this? That's what I want to know.
Probably, no one knows where Jeff Hostetler is.
Or Scott Norwood. Maybe they're roomies.
I'm gonna turn into that fucking leave Britney guy alone and be like, leave Norwood alone.
You'd only be 30 years late on that.
I promise you that dude doesn't walk down the street in Buffalo without a gun.
Do you think Buffalo fans were as obnoxiously jerk-off-ish in back in this day?
Oh yeah.
You do?
They were, I mean, the thing was that it was hard to take them seriously because they kept not winning Super Bowl. But so out here in Denver, years ago, I was a bouncer at a bar downtown, and we had the Buffalo Boosters, was one of our Sunday morning things. So every Sunday morning, I had a whole Bills fan club in there talking shit to me. So that's why I have a little more extra loathing for them. They're all really great guys. I was friends with all of them. But
well, it's crazy because it's like the only Super Bowl of those four that the Bills had a chance was against the Giants, because didn't the Cowboys blew them out twice?
Yeah, they fucking wrecked them.
And like that was when we got into an era of Super Bowls where it was like they weren't even close.
No, it was almost like the AFC and NFC championship games were far more interesting to watch.
And didn't the Bills have a crazy comeback that year against like the Oilers or something? Like the Oilers were up like by like 2 or 3 scores. I want to say like 3 scores.
I can't remember. It's been a long time, and regular season Bills games are. Now you got me wanting to look it up later.
No, look. All these people wearing Bills 4-time champion. Look, the guy's putting the sticker on his car. Buffalo Bills 4-time back-to-back.
This guy cracks me up. The kid with his mom.
And it's I don't know if those are just actors or if they're actually Buffalo Bills fans who they recruited and said, "Hey, look, we're going to make this thing."
Like friends and family of somebody or fans or whatever, but it just works out so well. Like if you showed this to somebody who wasn't alive in the 2000s and was born in the 2000s and wasn't a real football like historian, they'd be like, "Oh, I thought nobody won it 3 times in a row. They did it 4. That's good." Like this would fool them.
Yeah, that's how good this was made. I agree.
Really well produced.
And you know what? Here's a question. Let's say the Jets make the Super Bowl and then they lose it, right? If someone came to you in a couple years and said, "Hey, will you act in a video, but you have to act as if the Jets won," would you be able to do that? Because I don't know if I'd be able to do that, because for me, it would almost be like, fuck you, dude.
I would be the laughing clown. Like you would see the dismay in my eyes, but I would probably be like, "Yeah, I need a few shots before we do this, but I could pull it off." And then, honestly, after seeing this and how much fun this was, that would be kind of my motivation to do it. To just be like, "All right, let's see if we can answer back with some love on our end," because this was so much fun to watch.
Well, folks, this is what Midnight Mike Show Theater is. We just talk about a video that we have on YouTube. Usually we try to keep them a little short, 10, 15 minutes. If you go back in the history, one of the real fun ones that we did was Masters of the Gridiron, the Cleveland Browns, basically Conan the Barbarian style movie that the 86 Cleveland Browns made. And we come on, we talk about it. I will put the link in the description after this video after we're done being live, so you can watch this Bills video. It's worth it. It's worth the 6 to 10 minutes, however long it is. I promise you'll enjoy it. And that's it. That's Midnight Mike Show Theater. Before we head out of this and head back into your comments, Maddie, next week, Midnight Mike Show Theater. what is our homework? What are we
All
doing?
right.
Also, you have to put this in the comments after.
I will.
So you have to wait until it goes off
Well,
the air.
when I did last time, it cut it out.
Did
It
it?
wouldn't let me put the link in. So I'll put what you need to search for in the search bar.
Okay,
But,
fair enough.
So here's a question I have for you. When you were a strapping young lad, do you remember a game with a football where you and your buddies would throw the football up and whomever happened to get their hands on it, everyone tried to tackle that person?
I absolutely do. That was a great game.
What was that game called? Do you remember?
Okay, we talked about this before, and we called it "Kill the Man with the Ball."
Oh, that's right. We did talk about this. We called it "Smear the Queer,"
and that's not PC.
No, it's not. But
that's
this is how things were in the 80s, and these guys made obviously a mockumentary about the Smear the Queer League, and they shot it in an ESPN 30 for 30 films format, and it is hilarious. It's a little dark, but if you're watching the late night, Jets show, I'm assuming that you put the kids to bed, and it's hilarious. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And I think it's 9 minutes long, maybe at most. It's on YouTube, and I found it, again, thank you, Twitter, fooling around on Twitter, and I saw that Smear the Queer was trending, and I was like, what the hell is this doing trending in March anyway? That's how I found it. It's a lot of fun. Again, a little dark. The humor's a little black.
Was it trending because it was just made?
No, this is a couple years old. I don't remember why it was trending, but I went down that and found that, and I was just like, oh, I'm here for this. So,
awesome.
It's great.
Well, there you
I'll
go,
put
folks.
the thing in the comments, of course.
Well, first tell us what we should search, and then put it in the description.
If you literally just search "Smear the Queer" short film, it'll come up. Or if you search 34, the number 34, 30 films, I think it'll come up that way because that's their get around is their 3430. But it's fun, and like I say, it was a lot of fun finding it, and I showed it to everybody at work, and they all loved it.
Awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Midnight Mike Show Theater. I really hope you enjoyed that. We try to do that every Saturday night. We usually do it late in the show so that we don't interrupt everybody coming on to watch Jets stuff. But it's always football related or sports related. I'm not saying that'll happen every time.
We do our best to make sure it's football stuff. I mean, eventually we're going to run out of stuff, but you can also, and I'll tweet out the link on Twitter, shoot us suggestions. If it's something really good, we'll check it out. If it's good, it makes the show great.
Absolutely. All right. So now, oh God, how am I gonna pull this one off? Okay, Maddie, I gotta find this talk or do something. Entertain people.
Oh, sorry. I can tell you I know where Infrared is. He's on some Twitter talk space. I stalked his ass down. So, Ed, uncool. You're supposed to be here right now. What do they got that we don't got? All right, another thing. I want to kind of bring this in, and I didn't talk to you about it at all because I am selfish. I want to hear from you guys. What, like, some of your Jets pieces, some of your memorabilia, whatever you got, like, that has a cool story behind it or whatever, throw those up to us on Twitter so we can continue this conversation there. The shirt I am wearing, I got from drinking probably a metric ton of Diet Pepsi in 2005 or 6, because if you got 3 matching bottle caps and mailed them in, you could pick your team and get a free t-shirt. And this is compliments of Diet Pepsi. So we'll always have a soft space in my heart, even though I am fairly certain it is going to start rotting soon and just be nothing but a white cloth around my neck. So what are some of you guys' Twitter comments, whatever? If you shoot it to us on Twitter, shoot us a picture, a little history. Like I got this hat in Dover, Maryland at a gas station, but I love it. I've had it for, stuff like that. It's fun. Hit us with that.
I would say within reaching distance, the jersey I'm wearing, I wore this in 1994 to the fake spike.
Oh, that's right. You were at that game.
I was at that game. This is my Boomer jersey. It's a little snug now. I'm not the same size I was when I was 14. Or 15, whatever. So it's a little snug in the belly. So that's why, I'm not going to show you that part.
I'm the same height though.
How old, what grade are you in when you're like 15?
You're a sophomore. You should be.
Okay, because I went from sixth grade to seventh grade. I almost grew a foot.
Wow.
It was crazy. And so, yeah, I went from like 5'1" to like 6'1", and then I eventually hit topped out at like 6'2", but now I think I'm shrinking. It's weird. I think because now people are measuring me back at 6'1".
Interesting.
So, let's just got my Fireman Ed beer right there. Yeah, I'll just go with what's with me with the jersey, but also, I have that highball glass from the 70s.
I have that damn thing somewhere.
You have one of those?
It's driving me nuts. I went and
this is pretty cool.
basement.
It's a cut.
Nice.
Yeah, it holds my pens, but if you look, it's old helmets.
That bad boy was made in the 80s for sure.
Where's the Jets? There they are.
Love it.
Yeah, you can't really see it. But I have a bunch of I love old school stuff like that. But you're right, yeah. People send that shit to us. We love that shit.
Yeah, it's fun to see and talk about. Like I love, especially nothing makes me happier than when I see some weird fucking Jets thing and I'm like, holy shit, I want that. And then I'm on eBay fucking around for an hour and a half and I can't find it.
Some of the clergy and CO at my facility have a pool going, and every time UConn wins, even the inmates are in a hood mood.
Yeah, John and I do the same job.
My porn name would be Dick Swole.
Ooh, I like it.
Yo, this is what makes our show different than a lot of Jet shows, okay?
Yeah, there's no dick talk on Jet Central.
No, the thing is that we'll always circle around to the Jets, but we'll talk about our favorite Spice Girl. We'll talk about what our porn name would be. We'll talk about other sports. We'll talk about horror movies. We'll play the Michael Myers theme as Metz walks through his dark house. It's just what we do, but we'll always get back.
Yeah, we always come back. Speaking of horror movies, have you seen the preview for that movie Late Night with the Devil?
I have not.
Check it out and give me your thoughts later on.
I'm so behind on horror movies. Like
I am too, but it's
I keep
one that
wanting to watch Thanksgiving.
I was this close to getting like a trial run on Shudder when it comes out. It looks good. It's got a 70s vibe to it.
I have Shudder. I've had Shudder for Joe Bob forever. Actually, Joe Bob's on right now. Oh no, he was on last night. I'm sorry. Yes, I wanted to watch Thanksgiving, and it's available on Netflix, and I still haven't watched it. But the previews looked cool, and
I've heard good things.
Yeah, Thanksgiving needed a good horror movie. I don't know if anybody out there has seen Thanksgiving, but that's not what I'm talking about. It has the talking turkey that kills people.
I have not, but now
it's horrible.
I feel like I have to. Black Sheep was another great one with the rabid sheep. That was terribly great.
I just want to say, Junior Rudy, Justin Jefferson to Houston would be deadly. Yes.
Yeah, not wrong at all.
That would be sick. Big Joe D stays. Yeah, I mean, look, it's hard to fault him at this point. It's moved to Robert Saleh.
I love Richard's tattoo, by the way. I want to get the same thing like right down the back of my arm right here.
Cardinals, Jags, Dolphins, Patriots, first 4 away. Where does she find? Did you find the schedule?
It's not on the Jets website.
Well, Monique is saying
it might have got leaked someplace.
Our first 4 away games are Cardinals win, Jags win, Dolphins win, Patriots win. I'm good on that.
I would love if that was true.
Well, look, I'll say it's true for all of them. I mean, Miami is going to give us just saw the Four Falls, Buffalo, and Bounty Gate, both great documentaries. I have the Four Falls of Buffalo. I think I've watched it, but I'm not sure. And then I saw that it was available on Netflix or Hulu and something and put it on my watch list, but I haven't gotten to it. But I think I've seen it. It's a fascinating story. Yes, Oilers were up 35-3, and they lost. Boom. Wow. Awesome. All right, guys, we are ending this out. Final comments here. Great show, guys. Thank you, Richard. We really appreciate it. We are that underground punk rock New York Jets show, and all of you guys hitting the thumbs up, subscribing, all of that is going to help us. And like me and Maddie have done before, when you come on our shows, it's like you're our friends.
Yeah, so we might as well be having a beer.
Yeah. And we thank you guys. We always recognize, oh, you're back. We try to talk to all of you guys. And I really appreciate all the comments tonight. I really appreciate Ian from Jet Central coming on. Make sure if you're not subscribed to him, give him a subscription. But even more importantly, give us a subscription.
I can say if you haven't subscribed to Jet Central and you do, you'll come back and be like, wow, you guys were right. I get a lot of great info from him. He's fantastic. And he knows his college stuff. He's so good.
Coming in late, Lane, with the how do you feel about the Jets? You know what? We're about to go off the air. Go back and watch the last 2 hours. You'll know how we feel about
that. You will.
Night, Hyro. I guess Hyro headed out. Do you draft what? Do you draft players out of VU? Oh, VU. What is going on with my eyes? Am I wrong?
No, you're wrong. Draft players. Yes, that is how the NFL works.
Maybe we have someone from overseas. The Jets trade Bryce Huff to the Eagles. Yes, that happened a while ago.
This guy's drunker than I usually am.
And now we got Hassan Reddick. So it's all good. Who do the Giants draft? Oh, I don't know who they're going to draft. If I were them,
if Mets were here, he could tell you.
Well, I mean, they don't seem confident in Daniel Jones. So will they take a quarterback if one of them falls to him? They got rid of they got rid of Saquon. So, but they did bring in that. They brought in a good running back. I'm not a Giants fan. Is this the same lane train as on the Jake Asman show? Oh, maybe it would make sense with the comments that we're seeing. Is this the lane train from Jake Asman? Please let me know.
Yeah, hit us up. That'd be cool.
I'll get Jake to send us over the graphic of the lane train graphic. Fair enough. Good call. Good call, Rudy.
Rudy's the man, dude. Rudy Jr.'s the man.
Maddie, I'm considering making a Twitter to show you my Michael Myers 2018 and Jason Voorhees Freddy versus Jason. They're both nearly got me arrested.
Please do. I want to see that bad.
What is he talking about?
We were talking about gear and shit, but I guess he made some.
This is a 2018 Michael Myers mask, even though I'm not a huge fan of this reboot series. The reason I like this mask is because all the Michael Myers masks that you can buy from Halloween 1, Halloween 2, Halloween 4, whatever, those were all sculpted by artists, whereas the 2018 mask was the first Michael Myers mask where the mask you can buy is from the same mold they used from the movie.
Cool. So John, I would love to see that.
That's why I got that. And then, of course, my Jason Lives screen accurate mask.
Huge fan of that one.
Love Jason Lives. So, Maddie, everyone needs to follow you at Maddie Jets. Guys, you're not following him. He's only gotten one, even though I know he's gotten more. He's only gotten one. Give him some love, people.
More importantly, hit the like button. And always a pleasure. Mike, thanks for having me on the show as usual. And as usual, not that I wrote that, go Jets.
Go Jets. Thank you, Maddie. I do appreciate it. And I appreciate all of you who joined us tonight. I think we had a great show, a great Easter stream. Peter Cottontail, the Easter Bunny, whatever you want to call him, is hopping around outside. I can hear him. So I've got to get to all of that, get to bed so that my basket is waiting for me tomorrow morning. On your way out, hit those thumbs up buttons. And remember, we will be back Tuesday night at 10 p.m. To give you another hour. We always do like an hour, a little over an hour on Tuesday nights. We have a blast. Saturday nights, that's long form. That's when we just go nuts on Saturday nights. Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up that Jets song. There it is. Go Jets. I will hit some of your comments here in the end. Thumbs up, subscribe below, and thank you all once again for joining Maddie and me here on the Midnight Mike Show. I'm Midnight Mike, your late night New York Jets host, and I can't wait to see you next time.